Shalom. First off, I want to give all honors, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone Geometric, Ruel Shalom, to the elect of Israel, which begins with the 144,000 who were chosen from the very beginning, from the foundation of the earth, and to all you Akim that are constantly preaching His word for the edification of the elect and of the body. I pray that peace and mercy is bestowed upon you by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. May He give you the faith to continue in your walk. You know, those who edify the sheep, not making the Lord's house a place of merchandise. You know, may you be edified by this lesson. This is Brother Halal from Great Millstone, Chicago. And a brother sent me this YouTube video, a channel called Financial Flash, and the name of the video is called Ex-McDonald's Employee Warns Us to Not Order This Meat. Pause. You know, basically going into how the nutritional value of food and water has declined in the years, you know, in previous years, even until now. You know, the nutritional value of food, air, and water has gone down because the people, Esau, Edom, Job 9:24, the earth is given us to the hand of the wicked. The wicked in high positions of power, you know, that run the food industry and the supermarkets, they have, you know, basically poisoned us, man. And the scripture said that the children of Israel will eat their bread defiled among the Gentiles. With the word defiled, let's go into the etymology of the word defiled. This word defiled, to desecrate, to profane, to make foul or dirty, to trample down, to violate. So, you know, the nutritional value of many foods has been depleted and has been, you know, and has lost value because of Esau Edom. And he has done that on purpose, mainly to affect you Israelites. So I'm going to let this video play and may this lesson be edifying to all those who are watching.
Well, time now for the morning stir, and McDonald's, as you've never seen it before, this morning revealing secrets to some of your favorite menu items for the first time.
If McDonald's workers refuse to eat certain meats, there's a reason. Some things sit too long, others aren't what they seem, and a few might make you question your life choices. So, before your next order, let's talk about the meats you should absolutely avoid, starting with McRib. Ever wonder why the McRib keeps disappearing and coming back? It's not because McDonald's is creating demand.
And that McRib is pork, so you really shouldn't be eating that anyway. You know, first and foremost, you know, right off the bat, if you're in this truth, if you're calling upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you know, you should stay away from McDonald's, man. You know, ain't nothing wrong with getting a bite to eat every once in a while, you know, from another one of these places, maybe Culver's or, you know, White Castle. But McDonald's, man, that's one of the worst, if not the worst, fast food, you know, powerhouse industry in the entire world, man. And this video is going to show you exactly why.
And the truth is, it only returns when pork prices drop low enough. It's the boomerang of fast food. You throw it away, but it keeps coming back. What are you eating? Not actual ribs. It's ground pork shoulder and trimmings pressed into a rib shape. It's like ordering ribs and getting a cardboard cutout with wheels. The fake shape is held together with meat glue.
So they take, you know, pork, and they use this glue right here that you see in order to piece it together. You know, and this is what you're eating. You know, all you people that eat McDonald's, you know, they eat a lot of these fast foods. This is what they do to your food. You know, behind the counter. You know, the stuff that you can't look at, man. So, you know, if you're coming into this truth, hey, try your best to stay away from McDonald's, man. You know, eat Mexican food, or when you go out to eat, you can eat Mediterranean food. But McDonald's, you know, that food is quite literally killing you. You know, and as you get up in age and your what is called metabolism starts to slow down, and it starts to become harder to lose weight. Eating these foods is only gonna make your body want to quit on you. You know, your immune system, your respiratory system, your lungs getting clogged up. So you know that's where herbs and fasting and praying and detoxing comes in, man. But going into the book of Sirach, the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. Right, these are all the essential things that a man needs in order to live a long and healthy life. Verse 27, all these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned to evil. And how can the sinners turn, these essential things of life, how can they turn into evil? By polluting it. By putting glue in the food, by putting chemicals and drugs in it that makes the food addicting. That's why these fast food chains have gained so much success over the years, man. Because it plays off, the desires and the gluttony and the cravings of people. And, the idea of fast food goes back to ancient Rome. This is a piece of information from AI Overview, but there are many other sources that you can see that goes in, to fast food in ancient Rome. But it says right here, ancient Romans enjoyed fast food, often at establishments called thermopylae. I believe that's how you pronounce the word, thermopylae, which was similar to modern-day fast food joints serving hot and cold food and ready-to-eat meals to busy city dwellers. So the idea of fast food goes back to ancient Rome.
Yes, meat glue is real, and not what you want to think about while eating. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry experiment. It once contained azotocarbonamide, used in yoga mats and shoe soles. When your sandwich shares ingredients with yoga equipment, you're getting more flexibility than you bargained for. McDonald's removed this chemical, but what else lurks in that patty? The sauce hides the meat's true flavor with
So they use glue in order to make the food stick together, and the ingredients in the bread is the same ingredient found in yoga mats. So this is completely insane, man. We need salvation. But there's this video on Instagram. I want to play this real quick. And this right here is even crazier. It says liquid metal reaction on a McDonald's burger. This man is going to pour actual lava on this burger and watch what happens. Look at that. Not a single thing on that burger melted, not even the lettuce. Man, bro. This is bugged out, man. Then in the comments, you got some people that still, trying to deny it. But, man, this food is defiled, man. We need salvation. We need to get out of Babylon the Great, man. Let's go to the book of 1 Samuel's. Hey, this is why Esau Edom got to go, man. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter, 14. And let's go to verse 24. And this right here this story takes place when, Jonathan went into the garrison of the Philistines. It's 1 Samuel chapter 14 and verse 24. It says, and the men of Israel were distressed that day, for Saul had adjured the people, saying, cursed be the man that eateth any food until the evening, that I may be avenged on my enemies. So none of the people tasted any food. So King Saul made a decree saying that no man should eat any food until he got his revenge on his enemies. Verse 25. And all they of the land came to the woods. It came to a wood, and there was honey upon the ground. And when the people were coming to the wood, behold, the honey dropped, but no man put his hand to his mouth. For the people feared the oath, right? They feared the oath that King Saul had made. Verse 27, but Jonathan heard not when his father charged the people with the oath. Wherefore he put the end of the rod that was in his hand and dipped it into a honeycomb and put his hand to his mouth, and his eyes were enlightened. So the Lord put the spirit on Jonathan, to taste the honey. And this is what happened. Verse 28. Then answered one of the people and said, thy father straitly charged the people with an oath, saying, cursed be any man that eateth any food to this day. And the people were faint. Then Jonathan said, my father hath troubled the land. See, I pray you, but how my eyes have been enlightened, because I tasted a little of this honey. And you got to think, back in the ancient world, people were a lot stronger than they were now. And food was not filled with chemicals and drugs like what the Food Drug Administration does today. So therefore, people in the ancient world were stronger. They could move faster. They had better immune systems. And the food, was actually worth something. Verse 30, it says, how much more if haply the people had eaten freely today of the spoil of their enemies, which they had found, for had there not been a much greater slaughter among the Philistines? And they smote the Philistines that day from Mishkash to Aijalon, and the people were faint. And the people flew upon the spoil and took sheep, oxen, and calves, and slew them on the ground, and the people did eat them with the blood. So, food actually had, a great amount of nutritional value back in the ancient world. But fast forward thousands of years later, and now people are more obese than ever. Testosterone levels have declined. And this right here plays a large role in that. This food being polluted. I'm going to end this off with the book of, end this off with the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4 and verse 13. And it says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Then I said, Lord power, behold, my soul hath not been polluted, for from my youth up even until now I have not eaten of anything which dieth of itself or is torn in pieces. But the point is verse 13. The Lord said that in prophecy that the children of Israel would eat defiled bread among the Gentiles, man. And we're in those times where we're eating defiled bread. So, and even the fruits and vegetables, they spray pesticides over those too. And even if you grow your own food, guess what? They spray chemicals in the sky as well. So, as a man of the Lord, try to eat the best food you can. Take herbs, pray over your food. Try to grow food if you have a garden. Try as best as possible within you to avoid fast food, man, because this food is killing us. So with that, I want to give all honors, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball. I'll see you all in the next lesson. Shalom.